Hello and welcome to the Joy Comes in the Morning podcast. My name is Fiona and thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you checked out the previous video that I posted before this. It's titled Do We Really Need Bible Study Tips? It's basically addressing the question of whether we need people to give us step-by-step notes on how to Bible study. And I've thought of just clarifying this or mentioning this in the beginning of this podcast because I got a very interesting comment about it. You can actually see the comment if you watch the video, and the person was saying that why couldn't I just give my opinions on how it should be done? And I didn't give my opinion on how it should be done because, first of all, everybody does things differently. What may work for me may not work for you. And, something like Bible study should really just be out of conviction, because if it's based on any other thing, then you're probably just doing it as a routine or just doing it because you need to do it, And at the end of the day, you find that you haven't really understood much. Anyway, that's about it for the Bible study. If you want to know more about what the video says, please watch it if you haven't. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe and share the videos, and please click the notification bell as well so that you can be notified every time a video comes. So, for today's podcast, I want to talk about something I came across in Matthew 27, which is very interesting to me. Matthew chapter 26, verses 73. So a little bit of context. This is happening when Jesus has been arrested and Peter is betraying him. And I'll just read verse 73. It says, after a while, I'm reading from the Good News translation. You can cross-check with whichever translation you desire. So Matthew 26 verse 73 says, after a little while, the men standing there came to Peter. Of course you're one of them, they said. After all, the way you speak gives you away. New King James Version says that your speech betrays you, meaning Peter's speech, the way he spoke, betrayed what he was saying, which was that he did not know Jesus and he wasn't one of them. And I've read this a lot of times, but I never used to pay so much attention to it until I read it one time and I was like, wait a minute, what do they mean that even the way Peter speaks betray him? What do they mean by saying that even the way Peter is speaking shows that he was part of Jesus' group, And it got me thinking about how much time they had spent with Jesus, to the point that the way they spoke was the same. Maybe so many other things that they did was also identical. And think about this. Yes, we know why. We know that Judas had to betray Jesus to the kiss because it was written. That's how it had to come. So prophecy had to be fulfilled in Judas doing that. But come to think about the fact that it took an insider, meaning somebody from Jesus' circle, to point out the outsiders who Jesus truly was, meaning the outsiders. Could it possibly mean that the outsiders were not able to identify that out of this 12, which one stands out the most? Not to undermine what Jesus looked like. I can't do that. Like, it even sounds plain wrong, But think about it. Think about the fact that they've spent so much time with the Savior that it's only an insider that can clearly point to them that this is the man you want. And why is it that these men are telling Peter that you speak exactly like those people who hang out with Jesus? Because truly, that saying that says, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are, is true. Because it's like, people could tell who Peter's friend was just by the way he spoke, and then knew that his friend was Jesus. And that really touched me. Like, can people tell that you're a Christian just by the way you talk, just by the way you do things, the way you walk, the way you discuss matters, the way you handle things? Can they tell that surely you're a child of the Lord? And I'm also speaking to myself in this because, we tend to tarry a lot in many of the things that we do, and we may sidetrack a lot. But at the end of the day, can someone who does not know you at least pinpoint that you're a child of the Savior and that you have reverence and fear for the Lord? Like, can they tell that when they see you? So that's what I wanted to share today, keeping it very short because I want to keep the podcasts quite short unless you guys suggest otherwise. And that's something you can think about throughout the week. It's definitely something that has been on my mind for the longest time. And I hope it stays in your mind as well. I hope you keep thinking about what these people asked Peter, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it. Please do check out the other videos if you haven't. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I possibly can, and let's keep interacting with each other. You can comment down below. I will also leave my Instagram handle so you can catch up. And also I have a blog. It's called conversationswithfee.wordpress.com. I'll link it down below as well. And I have a new article out. It's called I Don't Know What I Want. And it's the most sincere I've ever been. I think it's a very interesting read, and I would advise you to have a look. So please, if there's one read that I would ever want you to have, like for my, okay, that doesn't make sense, but if there's ever a blog post that I want you to read so badly, it's this blog post, and I'm going to post it down below. It's not even long, and I think it's very insightful. It's just about how I've never known what I wanted. Well, I thought I did, but I don't, and I'm learning to be okay with that. Anyway, thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope you have a lovely week, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and be blessed. Bye.